I'm Laura Rudberg, and I want to thank Abby Whittem for nominating me for the DeBar Torah Challenge and donating $36 to YGP. This week's Parsha is Parsha Be'era, and this is where 7 of the 10 plagues take place. So one of the big plagues that everyone likes to talk about is the frogs. So I remember when I was younger that I learned that God sent one big frog, and every time the Egyptians hit it, it would multiply, and it ended up with millions of frogs, and that was the plague of the frogs. So we asked the question, why did God set up the plagues, this plague in this way, as opposed to just sending a million frogs to begin with? So before I answer that question, we're going to ask another question. The Talmud explains that the way Paro enslaved the Jews was he asked them to come work for him. And so he paid them, and he made it nice, a nice environment to work in. And then once enough of the Jews came to work for him, he shut them down and enslaved them, and that was it. So why did Paro do this? He was so powerful. He was such a powerful man. Why didn't he just enslave them to begin with? So Paro's idea of enslavement wasn't just to break their bodies, but it was also to break the Jews' spirit. So by making them want to work for him in the first place and then enslaving them, it kind of makes the Jews feel like it was their fault for coming to work for him in the first place and for being enslaved. So an example of that is if you're at your house and your doors are locked and you get robbed, it's not really your fault. You took all the precautions necessary and you still got robbed. But if you go to a sketchy place and you get mugged or robbed, you shouldn't have been there in the first place, and it kind of makes it feel like it's your fault for being robbed because you shouldn't have been there. It adds insult to injury. So we learn here that God pays people back measure for measure. The Mida Keneged Mida is what it is in Hebrew. And God pays you back and punishes you based on how you wronged someone else. So we learn here that Paro made the Jews feel like it was their fault for being enslaved in the first place. So just like that, God made Paro and the Egyptians feel like the plague of the frogs was their fault. God sent one frog. If they had never hit the frog in the first place, there wouldn't have been a plague. But because they hit it and they hit it and they hit it, it multiplied and became a plague of the frogs. So this all teaches us, the Torah teaches us not to take revenge. God knows what's going on, and God will protect you, and God will punish whoever wronged you based on the way that they wronged you. And it's bad for your character, but also we learn that the Torah teaches us not to take revenge. So I want to nominate Ophir and complete the Shabbos board project for the DeBar Torah Challenge. Good luck.